So what are some of the exciting, most exciting developments in AI that entrepreneurs and startups should be aware of?
Sure. So, I think the way we're looking at AI right now, at least in the broader tech ecosystem, is that AI is the next platform shift, right? So we went from, you could say mainframes at some point, personal computers to the internet to cloud. And then, you could say after cloud, this is really the next revolution, right? And I skipped mobile in there somewhere, but basically this is the next revolution. And this one has built upon everything before, right? You need the cloud, you need data, you need all these things. And so the opportunity I think today that everyone should pay attention to with AI is that it is democratizing things. At the same time, it is speeding up things. And it's probably the greatest reset for a founder to find an opportunity to build something of value, right? At the same time, it also provides possibly the biggest threat to the existing systems that existed. What I mean by that is a couple of things. Number one, if you're a founder, your ability to go create something that is differentiated and unique and creates immediate value is there. But the ability for your competitor to see it and duplicate it tomorrow is also there. I'm going to declare today that one of the biggest sort of knowns in startup land is that execution trumps ideas, right? It is, if you go to any investor today, they will tell you execution is more important than ideas. But I'm going to declare tonight that that is now dead, or at least you have to question that. And here's my theory. In a world where anybody can duplicate anything overnight, does execution matter as much as unique ideas that have been well thought through? You could argue both are now equally important. Because as a founder, if all you do is execute on a dumb idea that you didn't think through far enough, all you're doing is what I call free R&D for everybody else. Now, in the execution, you will learn. So don't get me wrong. Execution is still critical, because ideas without execution, we all know, is hallucination. But ideas alone and execution alone is not enough. Now you actually have to do both. You actually have to think better than your competitors. You have to strategically think and put things in the right order, and learn to keep certain things behind the scenes as you're executing, because you need to find these advantages. And so it's really become harder. So at the same time, it is easier than ever to start a company. I believe you can start any company for under $1,000 today. But at the same time, it is probably going to be harder to scale any company, because while scaling, you've seen with Facebook, can go to 40 million in a day. You probably will need more money, and I think more attention is the issue today, right? Anything you bring out today, anybody can copy and duplicate and bring out. So people with deeper pockets, people with bigger networks, people who've already built a community probably have an advantage over a startup that just wants to execute. And so we're entering a moment where you have to actually think about all the pieces of the pie. What is your marketing and sales strategy? What is your distribution strategy? What is your funding strategy? What is your product development strategy? All of these things almost at the start of your company. The good news is you can strategize with an AI LLM that can help you think through all those things in 2 days. So you don't have to spend 6 years doing it. All I'm suggesting is that if you don't do it today, you will die faster.
Wow. That's it. So you're basically saying it's a paradigm shift. And I'm hearing you. Before, the emphasis is on who can execute better. Okay, absolutely. How can you execute there? But now, and you're correct, the execution time is getting shorter and shorter and faster, right, and more efficient even, because now you have AI tools. It's like saying you want to write a book, right? Now, the question is not about executing that book, because you can get that book done in 1 hour. The question is, what is the quality of your book? What is the idea behind that book? I never saw it that way before, but you are very correct. It's a paradigm shift now. I think people like me are going to be winners, so those of us with crazy ideas, because now our problem is executing before. You are correct. Now that I think about it, you're correct. Execution is no longer the major issue, at least for most things. Because if you want to do brainstorming, you want to do market survey, you want to do all of that, a few prompts. Yeah. I wrote a business plan in under 10 minutes the other day. 10 minutes. Something that would have taken me maybe 6 weeks because I had to do research, I had to do justification. I was just asking ChatGPT and it was pulling it up and pulling it up, doing all of that. So now, guys, I hope you guys got that because the man is speaking with precision of a technical guy. Let me break it down for you guys. What he has basically said is that now it is about the quality of your ideas, not necessarily the quality of your execution, because you have too many assistants to help you execute now, to do your MVP. He was sharing a tool with me. I hope you share a bit about that tool where somebody can use to iterate their MVP in record time. So now you can go from idea to MVP in less than a week. It is the idea that counts. I love that. I hope those of you out there